Welcome to Over the Falls podcast with myself, Dave Lewis, Med Rendell, and Luke Dukes Jones. The premise for this podcast is to break the stigma that men don't talk, to sit down, chat, and try and put the world to right. Initially, we'll be picking our subjects at random, but as we go further along in the podcast series, we'll be introducing guests from the local area, nationally, and who knows, even internationally. So here we go. Okay, here we go. Welcome to Over the Falls podcast number 13. We're going to go straight into this one, and we are going to be talking about our favourite binge-worthy shows and our favourite series.
Oh, yes.
Who's going to go first? Dukes?
Yeah, I can go first. I haven't done much preparation for this, I'm not going to lie, and I'm a little bit hungover today, but I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good.
It's going to be fun.
Crack the can. Crack it open.
I think the first one I'm going to go for is just because, you know, when you're watching an amazing series and it might be 2 a.m. and you're looking at whoever you're watching the series with and you're going, she's got to do one more. She's got to do, you can't stop watching it.
Yes.
So I'm going to have to pick one that I definitely had that feeling with. And that's Making a Murderer.
Oh, yeah.
Straight in
with arguably one of the best things I've ever seen.
Yeah. And I remember when I was watching that, me and my partner, Nicola, we were watching it. Didn't have kids at the time either. So we were it was literally like 2, 3 in the morning. And we were going, I need to watch another one. And then there was one episode in particular that I just got like goosebumps when I was watching it.
It's got to be with the vial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
spoiler alert.
Yeah, there's loads of spoilers going to be in this one.
Tons of spoilers.
Tons. So just, yeah.
It was the RAV, I think it was the RAV4 was the vehicle, and it was in that scrappage yard. And then they found like loads of blood in it, and it was if like, I think they call it like an orgy of evidence, as in it seems like it's been planted. And then they went to the vial of the blood, and it had blatantly been tampered with.
Yeah.
Yeah, the seal was opened on the box.
On the box,
and there was
opened.
a small syringe hole in the top of it.
And I think it was in what's it called? Polystyrene. It looks like someone had knifed the polystyrene with a tape.
Yeah.
Opened
I'm
it.
absolutely fuming about it.
Opened the vial and then just basically lugged it around that RAV4.
But his legal team were basically there. They went into like that area where they were keeping all the evidence, and they looked at it and they kind of looked at each other and they thought,
case closed. Yeah,
game over. It's fine.
And
he's out.
It still just didn't happen.
I think he's still in prison to this day.
Because it's absolutely mental.
And season 1 I'm talking about specifically because, like, I know it sounds harsh talking about someone's life and how important it is, but season 1 was just so much more enjoyable and better. I did watch
it was unbelievable.
Season 1
the definition of binge-worthy television.
I could not stop watching that. And I remember reading something about that show, was that Netflix was doing okay for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Doing well, but then as soon as that one went on, that series went massive, and Netflix just went through the roof.
No, you're right. I
Everyone
think it's
wanted
one of
to join
things.
Netflix just to watch that particular series because it was so good.
Do you remember how it started?
Yeah,
Do you remember,
he was already inside,
yeah,
wasn't
he was coming out of prison for something he hadn't done.
Yeah, Stephen Avery.
Yes, yes. You know what? That show is you know what? If you haven't seen it, I know we're ruining it for you now, right?
Well, no, we haven't ruined it that much. But watch it.
Watch it. It is one of the best. You know, I love crime anyway, but that's probably one of the best crime documentary shows or whatever.
Yeah.
But you're right about the whole Netflix thing. I think it I don't know, spurred on a load of like crime documentary shows.
Yeah.
Some of them bad, some of them good, because I think some of them they were just trying to cash in on after Making a Murderer.
Oh, definitely.
But
I've watched a lot of crime on Netflix, and it's hit and miss now. There's a lot on there.
There is a lot.
But sometimes you can find a gem.
Yeah, you're right about the Staircase, though.
Staircase was another one that I watched round about the time of Making a Murderer.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't believe it.
That's a really good one, though. If you haven't seen that one,
I've watched some of that, actually. Can we just go back to Making a Murderer really quickly? Because do you think he did it quickly? Him and his nephew, I guess.
I don't think they did it, but I think a very close family member did.
Okay, Med?
No, I don't think Stephen Avery did it. I think it was Brendan's dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he was sort of friends with that sheriff guy, and his sister was the woman who's with the sheriff, right? The one that...
You know what?
I completely forgot about that.
I'd have to rewatch it.
Yeah.
I just remember like the burial
Stephen tried
site
to run off the road or something.
And the bones and them burning it. And like, you know what? I haven't seen it in years. It's incredible, and
Basically, what I'm getting at is that the police are involved in a murder, and the police are involved in getting rid of a body.
I think so.
That's
I
what we're
think so,
saying,
100%.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen that series, do it. It's unbelievable.
In this country, that
So
vial would have been it. Like that would
you'd
have been
like to think so, or at least you'd have to like throw that case out because it's like
Yeah, it's not-
it's not guilty.
broken.
Guilty until proven innocent, is it? I mean, like,
Well, they repeat that in the series quite a lot. They say he was guilty before. Like that's just how they all thought. They just thought he was guilty.
it's not a fair trial, though, is it?
No.
How is that a fair trial if you're saying someone's guilty before you even look at any of the evidence or do anything at all?
Shocking.
I tell you what, weird case though, because she just didn't she like randomly go there, like
She's like an estate agent.
Yeah, she was just doing a job, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she worked
Well,
for
she was taking-
Auto Trader, and she was taking
that the
photos of some cars.
That's
Yes.
it. Sorry, not
And,
estate agent.
and
You're right.
Yeah, she disappeared.
But
Crazy,
still on the crime one. Then I know you said staircase there. 24 hours in police custody.
Love that one.
I can't. I need more of that.
Need more.
Yeah.
I've watched all of them. I've watched some of them twice. They're that good. They
This
film
is on
that
Channel
so
4,
well.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't watch some of them. I've told you guys before. Like, if it involves a baby,
No, I totally get that.
I find it so
Yeah.
so hard to watch it, and my blood just boils, and I'm too angry to watch it almost.
Yeah, I
but
can't-
amazing
some
show.
real scum people out there.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
unbelievable some of the stuff that goes on in the UK.
But there's some. It's just, there's one I can't get out of my head though, which was the One Punch one.
Oh man.
Wow,
Yeah.
it could happen to anyone. It's horrible. Just punching a guy and he goes down and he dies.
The premise is basically like they've obviously in 24 hours in police custody, and they've got to either charge him or not,
release them. Yeah.
isn't it? And there's some serious cases on there. And it's,
Yeah, they
it's
got that
really interesting,
really
really
important
well
window.
made.
It's
isn't
based
it?
around Luton, isn't it? Most.
Do you know? I don't
mostly.
know.
think it's based on
I think
around
so.
that
I think
area.
you're right.
A lot going on there by the
I
looks
think
of it.
you're right.
Hell
Yeah.
of a lot. And you're right. And you definitely more of 24 hours in
Oh,
police
it's
custody. It's definitely not enough
such a
of
good
it.
program.
Every time I see it on the catch-up screen, and
Get excited.
sometimes we text each other, don't we? And then we're like, "There's a new 24 hours
Oh.
out," and then you think, "Yes,
Yeah.
my evening's sorted."
Really excited to watch it every time.
I can watch
So
that.
let's stick on crime for a little bit
Yeah,
longer.
yeah.
Okay,
Have you guys seen The Jinx?
that
No.
you recommended that show to me, and to be honest with you, probably just behind Making a Murderer. That is the second best crime documentary I've ever seen.
You need to
were
watch
telling-
that.
Yeah, what is that one about? Because I think I
I
started.
can't remember the guy's
Take it
name.
on.
I can't remember the guy's name.
Murdoch,
but
was it?
Murdoch.
He's
Yes.
like a rich New York.
Yeah, I think his
family guy.
dad's is an estate agent, or he's high up in. He's like a tycoon of something.
Yeah.
And this guy's like quite spoilt, but I think
Yes.
I think he starts murdering in his like 40s or 50s,
Yes.
and I want to say the end, but I'm not going to say the end.
Don't say
No,
the
watch
end.
it, yeah, because I
Watch
actually
it.
haven't seen it, but I think he's really wealthy, isn't he?
Yeah,
Very, very wealthy,
Yes, I
and he
think
gets
that's
away.
Murdoch. Is it Rupert Murdoch? No,
You know
No,
what?
Rupert
that's
Murdoch.
that's the other guy.
Yeah,
isn't it?
feel
That's
free to
Sky.
Google it if you want to definitely get the name right. But basically, he gets off on a murder in like Texas, and he doesn't even debate whether he killed this person. And he literally hacks him to pieces and puts him in a suitcase.
It's not
and
Murdoch.
And he,
No, Rupert
and
Murdoch
he
is
gets
the
away
tycoon.
with it.
Robert Durst is his name.
Yeah, but he is like from a New York family
yeah.
And stuff, isn't he? And wealthy background. But yeah, he hacks someone up, puts him in a suitcase or something like that, and he literally gets off on that murder. But then, suspiciously, he had like multiple previous wives, and things always happened to his wives.
Yeah.
Like it's so weird.
How
Watch
do these
it.
people get away
Watch it.
with these things?
Really good documentary that one is.
Well, I've got a theory about why, back in the 70s and 80s, Ted Bundy days and all that sort of stuff. Like, the police was just shocking.
And the
Or
evidence.
so it looks like.
Yeah.
It just
DNA
looks-
wasn't in play then.
DNA
either.
wasn't in
That's the
play,
problem.
You're right.
yeah.
They didn't share information between
Departments.
other districts or
No.
departments. You're right. DNA, things like CCTV and
So low, wasn't
it? Yeah, technology in total or whatever, and then obviously social media, people sharing people's
Yeah.
face. Do you know
So
who this
different
person
now,
is?
isn't it?
You just-
They were just like ghosts
I
walking
don't,
around.
I don't
weren't
think
they?
you could get a Ted Bundy nowadays.
No.
And if you did get someone who could kill 15 people, it would have to be in such a special way to do it without being caught.
Very short period of time.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
with, all,
remote place on the planet.
with all respect, there was Harold Shipman.
yeah.
Wasn't there? He-
That's so different.
That's different though,
It's
because he was in
interesting,
his
yeah.
job, wasn't he?
yeah.
But that's
But they estimate
insane.
that could be up to 400 people.
Yeah. On the sly, just randomly dying. But he was injecting them, wasn't he?
He was dosing them, I think, with something.
Also,
Man.
you know, on the line of the whole doctor thing, there was a female like nurse recently.
Yeah.
She was killing the
babies.
babies.
Yeah. Man. Oh no.
Like, so you know what? That wasn't that long ago, right?
No, that was within
And
the last
that's-
10 years.
That's gross. That's like a similar thing to the shipment where they're in like the healthcare industry and they might be able
Just
to like
abusing the power.
or give them drugs that they're not meant to have, maybe, or something.
Oh,
But I
it's
mean,
catastrophic.
So the Jinx.
Yeah, the
Hit
Jinx.
that
Watch
one.
that. Watch the Jinx.
yeah, Dave, have you
incredible.
got any crime documentary? shows?
Well, no, it's not crime, but I'm gonna like take it another direction a little bit. Yeah, have you ever seen the Comey rule?
What? No.
No, the Comey rule.
You've recommended this to me, but you know what? I don't think. Is this the one with like Trump?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on Sky Atlantic.
Yeah.
Okay, right. The Comey rule is based on James Comey, who was the head of the FBI at the time of when Barack Obama was leaving office and when Donald Trump was coming into office,
Okay.
and how different it was, and how crazy everything went when Trump came in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but honestly,
I've never heard
it's
of it.
so underhand. It proves how in the pocket Trump was with Russia.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
all based on evidence,
Yeah.
and it's really,
Is this,
really well made.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna watch that.
This isn't a documentary.
No.
It's like a show, but based on true events.
Based on true
Yeah.
events.
Yeah.
It's got Jeff. Is it Jeff Daniels, the one who's in Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's James Comey basically, and it's amazing,
I'm going to watch
brilliant
that.
series. And it's one of those I can't not watch the next episode.
I love those ones.
Cannot watch the next episode.
Oh my god, I just remembered one based on politics. House of Cards. Have you seen House of Cards?
You know what?
Never
I know
seen it.
I know everything about. Not everything. I know the show, what it is. I've never seen it.
Wow.
I think I started watching it, and me and Nick got through like one or two.
It's slow. It's not like
Episodes. Slow
It's
burn,
not
yeah.
like there's action and stuff like that. It's all about it's how politics work in America. It's incredible. And I think it's based on a British series. I think there's a British series called House of Cards first.
Ah.
It is incredible. The actors in that just play presidents and everyone around them, all the important people, so well.
Yeah.
And it's got twists and turns and murders and backhands and all this sort of stuff.
It's
It is
very
incredible.
well rated, so I'm sure all of it's true.
It's
But
a
I'm
power
gonna
struggle.
throw
Total power
I'm
struggle.
going to throw a little curveball in there, though.
Ooh.
I don't want to detour too much away from what we're doing on this show. But Kevin Spacey.
I know. As soon as I said House of Cards, I thought Kevin Spacey.
You can't not think of like what's happening and how many
I know.
people are like accusing him of like, I don't know, like touching them up or maybe even like rape. I
I
don't know.
know. Person in power has just sort of
It's bad, isn't it? Like,
Well,
just abused the role that he's in, basically.
they
and used
cancelled it. Surely they cancelled it because of that, right? Isn't it? Like that show isn't anymore.
I don't think it's on anymore.
No.
I
It
think
can't
they've
be on
taken.
Netflix.
I think they've taken it off platforms, but I think
Yeah.
you can still buy it on Prime.
Oh yeah,
and
sure you can
stuff.
watch it. But what I mean is like Kevin Spacey is no longer in that role, and I don't know. I'm not up to date with that Kevin
Because
Spacey
when
story actually.
he was halfway through filming something as well, wasn't he? At the time it all came out, and they actually had to put a different actor in. I think it was all pretty much filmed, wasn't it? And
Gosh,
they
I
had to
can't-
sort
I
of
don't know.
put someone else's face on Kevin Spacey's role
That's like
in the
deep
film.
fake.
Basically, yeah. And they could release it because they didn't want Kevin Spacey anything to do with it because of all the accusations that were going on at the time. Don't even know what's happened to that.
No.
Don't even know has he been like convicted of anything or what?
You know
I don't
what? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But you're talking about people getting swapped over, like The Crow, and they had to do the final portion of that movie
yeah.
because Brandon Lee was it. So, Bruce Lee's son.
Yeah.
They had to do like a big portion of that movie to finish it because he got shot.
He got accidentally shot on
Similar to the case recently with
Baldwin.
where they get shot on
It's not
set.
Alec Baldwin, is it?
It's one of the Baldwins.
Yeah.
There's a few brothers, isn't there? But anyway,
It's
similar
the
to
one
that.
that's in 40 Rock, 50 Rock. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're on about.
Real
Is it
tragic.
Yeah, maybe you're
Oh,
right
he's
with
in
Alec
Notting
Baldwin.
Hill as well. Alec Baldwin,
is
I
that
think
it?
it is. Yeah.
Is it Matthew Baldwin? I don't know. Anyway.
You know The Usual Suspects? It's not that one.
It's not him.
No,
He's not like the
he's the
smiley
young.
one.
He's the young little.
He's-
He's in Biodome, isn't he?
Shit, great movie.
That's a good film.
I would like to see that IMDb rating. It's probably pretty low.
It's probably a 3.
Yeah, it's probably pretty bad.
So Kevin Spacey this year in May was charged with 4 counts of
Charged?
He's been charged.
sexual assault by the CPS in the United Kingdom.
Oh, so he's he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Loads of evidence in.
Anyway,
obviously.
don't want to go on a big detour, but yeah. So that one's good. Yeah, House of Cards.
And that got me thinking about Homeland. Have you seen Homeland?
Oh,
yes.
yes.
But you know what? I've only seen like I've seen maybe like 2 seasons. I haven't. There's more than that, isn't there? I haven't gone too far
I think there's
beyond.
6.
I really enjoyed the first season. Like really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
first
this
season
is
was
what
amazing.
gets me about
Yeah.
shows is like someone comes out with a new way of showing you something. So like Homeland was like wow because it was I'd never seen anything like it before.
Really clever.
There was
Groundbreaking.
terrorists inside. Like I think 24 was probably quite close to that.
Mate,
Yeah.
I want to talk about
24 was
24.
Kiefer Sutherland.
That was my first like proper binge-worthy show where I could not stop watching.
I
that.
couldn't. No, dude.
Oh my
Dude.
god!
I remember
couldn't
that
stop
when it was
watching
on. It was on TV, and you know what? If we Google when that came out, I don't think we were that old when that came out.
I watched it on DVD.
I reckon it was like 2005.
I remember when it came on it was on BBC or
Yeah,
something.
it was.
And I had to watch it weekly or,
Yeah,
or whatever. And it was amazing.
I think I do remember you watching. I think it was on like a Sunday night, or maybe I can't remember what it was. But I just remember it was like the first time they'd ever split the screen to like 4 different.
And then it
screens
would go
and
into
see like what the other characters were doing
That's
in
what
real
hooks you.
time.
Yeah.
And they filmed it in real time.
That's
as
what
well.
hooks you is this new method of showing you something like a show, like or a plot that you've. Wow, that's such an amazing plot. That's such an amazing idea.
Jack Bauer,
Jack, but what a legend!
what an absolute hero going after like bombs and terrorists and corruption.
and he's trying to keep his family together as well.
So good,
What a life!
so good.
Talking
Do you
about
remember? Just the last moment about 24. Do you remember the end of season 1 where Nina looks at the camera?
his daughter.
No,
No?
I remember Nina.
Nina is the woman he works with.
Yeah, the one with the black
Do you
hair.
remember
question
she
mark.
looks at the
Bob-
camera?
Bob haircut.
Right, carry on talking. I will show you the most horrific photo. It's like it haunts my dreams. It's horrifically scary.
Yeah, what I was going to say is talking about like groundbreaking things where you watch a show and you think, that's amazing. I've never seen, like, do you remember like a movie where you've got the POV, the first person view, and maybe someone's running and the camera's on their face? Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Or like recently in the last 5 years, bloody phones talking about it again, a text message will come up on the screen where like, they're filming them and then they're writing a message and they're receiving a message, and it's all those little new things that you see in a program.
Quite cool.
Yeah.
I quite like that.
Yeah, no, I do quite
It
like
is
that.
good.
But yeah, 24 was quite groundbreaking, wasn't it?
That was unbelievable. And I remember speaking to a friend of ours. I think he watched that first season in like 3 days. So it's 24 hours in 3 days. Because you cannot stop.
No,
You're right,
it was
though. I
absolutely
think that
incredible.
was like the first one, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Absolutely
that when
amazing.
she looks up at the camera?
I don't remember. I remember her though. I remember the
Vaguely.
actress.
You know what? It's been like probably a decade since I've seen it.
I think there's a moment where Jack, he's looking at CCTV and he finds out that she's the
mole.
the mole or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
And he sees her do something. I won't say what, but then afterwards, her head's down and she just looks straight up at the camera. It's like
Some really good bits in 24.
really, really good show. That
And I
is.
think it went on for, I don't know, 5, 6 with Jack Bauer.
I don't think same again. Sometimes I get like, I don't know,
blurs a bit, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
I think maybe I watched a good 3 of them. I don't think I've seen all of them.
No, they're all good.
Yeah, did you watch all of them?
I don't
pretty
think,
sure I did.
don't think
Yeah?
I've seen the last season. There was the president attack in the first one.
I wouldn't remember the individual.
The second one was just pure straight up terrorism, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't one of them?
I can't remember. I
Wasn't
can't
one of them a
remember past
plane as
that.
well? You like Air Force One or whatever, like the president's
I
on
can't
the
remember
plane.
past that.
It's really good. Really good.
Right, I think I've got a good program to segue from this one. Because we're talking about maybe. Well, I think sometimes they get worse over the seasons, but
Oh, God.
Prison Break.
Oh, I was just about to say Prison Break.
I think that one is. You said that's probably the first one that you can remember and you couldn't switch it off. Maybe Prison Break was like the second one, because that was quite a while ago.
That was amazing.
But-
Prison Break season 1.
Season one.
Phenomenal.
It's flawless. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. Mate, at the end, I don't want to spoiler again, but that end scene, I was standing up, jumping, shouting at the screen. On my own.
On my own. Trying to get out of jail. Yeah.
On my own. I was so involved in that series.
Yeah,
I felt
it
like I was
was great.
part of it.
And
So
what
good.
again? It's this idea again. Like he gets tattooed with all the
Oh,
like. It's incredible idea.
incredible.
And
Yeah.
you're like, I'm definitely watching that. That's how you sell the show to someone.
Yeah.
They
Even
say,
the way they filmed the tattoos, and then it merged into the plans of the building.
oh,
It's kind of like that.
the opening like intro.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I
it's
guess
amazing.
that was quite a new. We're talking about like new techniques of when the show comes out. Like wasn't a show like that before it. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
It's like, sell it to me. So, okay, there's this brother who's in prison for something he didn't do. His brother knows it, so he gets the blueprints tattooed on him and makes sure he does a crime, so he goes into the same prison with his brother, and then he tries to break him out.
Yeah.
Like,
So good.
Who's
And
not,
also,
who's not going to
he's
watch
like
that?
an engineering genius.
Oh,
as well.
so good.
Season 2, 3.
Dead.
No.
Don't even bother watching
Well,
them.
you know what? Season 2. You know what? As soon as they went to South America, like,
It's basically
I
like the
just
same
lost
idea.
interest. Teabag was good though, isn't it? Was his name Teabag?
He was a horrible character.
Oh,
But he makes a good actor.
Amazing
because
actor.
You hate him, don't you?
Hate him.
yeah, you hate him
And
so
he
much.
hold my pocket. And he's
Yeah.
trying to get people to hold his pocket on the courtyard of the jail. He's gross.
Talk about good actors that you actually hate. I know we've talked about this before, but you know, this is a film. Green Mile, Percy.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Such a good actor.
hate
It was just- if I saw him in the street now, I think I'd actually like
Punch
wouldn't even
him?
go and speak to him. I'd
Punch
ignore
him.
him. I was like, I hate that guy so much.
Is
'cause
he
he's
the
such a good
one-
actor in Green Mile?
When he doesn't wet the sponge.
Does wet the sponge and he kills the mouse.
And he kills the mouse, yeah.
What a piece of shit.
Hate that
Yeah.
guy.
That's a good topic, you know. People who are,
Absolutely hate him.
I remember in school watching Of Mice and Men, and I hated
Oh,
Curly. I think it was, and he put Vaseline in his glove, and then he beat George up.
Yes.
I think maybe I hated him.
I
as
can
well.
only remember Lemmy killing birds and stuff. I can't remember the.
Dodge.
Yeah, hey George.
That's a good topic though. People who are such good actors that they've nailed it, and
So,
you hate
yeah.
them.
You get the opening scene of Inglorious Bastards.
Do you know, I haven't seen that film.
It's a really good film.
You got to watch
I
that.
don't think I've seen that. That's the one with Brad Pitt, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beard you.
But there's the opening scene where the actor that's in a couple of what's his name? Who directed it?
Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin.
Yeah, he's in a couple of his films. Isn't he? He plays Kane Schultz in Django.
Oh, yeah, that Austrian actor who came
yeah,
from
yes,
like, the Austrian
The
version
opening.
of Neighbours or something.
I think you can probably find the opening scene on YouTube or something. It's like 15 minutes of absolute pleasure. It is amazing.
Am I thinking...
The milk scene.
Oh, no, I've seen that.
You've
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
terrifying.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That scene.
How much
And
do you
they're
hate
under
him?
the floorboards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That is tense.
that is so tense. That scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really scary.
And they all know, don't they? They know they're under the floorboards. And
Right, I'm going to bring us back to series here. I'm going to say something here which I haven't actually seen, but I keep meaning to watch. And it's not Game of Thrones.
okay,
The Sopranos.
I've not seen it.
I think I've seen one season of it
Is it
years and years and years ago.
Well,
and
it's,
yes,
it's one of the
it's
highest
very
rated
good.
ever.
It's right up there.
Yeah.
I need to watch it.
Yeah, I need to watch
I think
it.
it's like like the Wire, and like these
Wire's
type
on my
of,
list. Wire's on
these
my
type
list.
of things where they're so highly rated, and you're like, how can that many people be wrong? And then you watch them. Like I've seen The Wire; it's incredible.
Incredible.
I felt like I needed subtitles at some point though because of the Baltimore
the
Strong
accent, the
accent.
accents, yeah.
yeah, well, and also just the sort of I don't know. Yeah, I just felt like I
That-
needed subtitles in some of it.
That series, series 1, amazing.
Stringer
flawless.
Bell.
Series 2 was even better.
Yeah,
Series
I would
2
argue
was down
that.
the docks.
yeah.
Do you remember those
Down the
characters
docks.
down the docks?
I do. How hard are they? Like Gloucesterman.
My gosh.
Like,
absolutely
And also,
brilliant series.
wasn't Idris Elba in that?
Oh my god, he was.
Stringer Bell or,
Yes.
or something.
Yeah, he was.
And you think Idris Elba's like, I mean, he's really famous at the moment, but I remember when I originally watched The Wire years and years and years
That must have
ago,
been one of his breakthrough things.
Must
maybe,
have been, yeah.
maybe.
There's another English actor in that one as well. I can't remember. He played
Oh, hang on. Was he on?
Fred West. He played years later. Oh, what the heck's his
Not
name?
McNulty, the main guy.
Yeah,
Is
the
he
curly
English,
head.
is
He's
he?
English. Yeah, what the heck's his name? He's in The Affair as well. That's
yeah.
another really good series.
Oh, that's a
The
really
Affair.
good series.
He's in
I was watching
Brassic, that guy. I don't know if you've seen Brassic, but yeah, the same guy, McNulty. We're
McNulty,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
the main guy.
Yeah, yeah.
The Affair is really good. I
Really
sort of
good.
like in and out of that one because my wife was watching it, and I was like, "This is like it's
So tense again, like and so,
thrillerish,
and your
drama-ish,
allegiances
really good.
go.
Yeah.
What the? My head.
No, that is good. I think I've seen 2 seasons of that.
And that's-
maybe,
that's
but
the lady-
there's more of that as well. Sometimes you don't finish them, do you? That's the
No.
only bad thing about it. Because season 1 is so good, and then season 3 is like meh.
I'm a completionist, so if I watch something, even if it's shit, I have to finish it.
Oh no.
You're gonna see it. I can't do it sometimes.
I put
can't
myself
do
through it.
Okay, talk to me about this then. Walking Dead.
I haven't finished it, but
I can't finish that.
I started getting. I watched it so much. I think I got to where they found the village, where and I think at the end of that season there's that catastrophic execution and all that sort of stuff.
My gosh!
Are you on about the baseball battle?
Yeah,
scene?
all that bit.
Yeah.
So that's where I stopped watching it because I'd watched it. I think I watched it 3 days straight while I was chefing, and I just watched it in one hit, and I couldn't take any more. I watched too much of it.
I went like 2 or 3 seasons past that, definitely 2 seasons past it, and it just started to lose me. I think the season that I gave up on, weirdly, was either Rick's last season or the penultimate season before Rick went. Don't even really know what happened to Rick, but so it was. What's the guy's name when he's got Lucille as the baseball bat? What's the name of that? Negan. So it was kind of him coming in, and I saw like a couple of seasons with Negan and Rick and that battle. I just lost interest.
Yeah, really good. I loved all that, but then there's a lot of characters in there which should have been killed off, which is really annoying me. Yeah. Negan for one, and there's a couple of other big characters which should have gone like seasons ago. Yeah, there's no way they'd have survived in that sort of lifestyle. No way in the world.
What, though? If they were like, say for instance, now I haven't read the comic books, but I'm guessing Negan survives, and that's maybe a reason
that's what's
why.
Happened.
Yeah, but at the peak when you literally hated Negan and Rick was at his lowest, how amazing would it have been if Rick would have killed him? I would have loved it.
Yeah,
I would have loved it, and I kept on watching probably. But
you're right. Depends what the comic books are saying. You can't veer off,
deviate
because like the die-hard fans would have just like absolutely hated it.
I did love that though. I loved that.
Very good show.
That series.
Yeah,
really good.
It was.
Yeah, I was. As I say, I was hooked for 3 seasons. I've never seen anything like it again. It was a new story, it was a new idea. I was like, oh my god, this is so good, and it was acted so well.
Yeah,
and really I love that you see there's loads of gore in it. It was like proper good.
I've got to say though, that scene you're describing there, like
horrific.
Oh my gosh, it's one of the most brutal scenes. I think it is still the most brutal scene I've seen on anything really. It was almost too much. I remember I watched it before. My brother and his partner, and I actually texted him and said, "Look, this is pretty horrific."
Mm-hmm.
And I just couldn't believe it because it was like 2 main characters, and it was nasty.
Yeah,
it was. It was like they didn't need to do that. I felt like I shouldn't be watching it.
Yeah,
but also I think that's what made it amazing, though, in a way. Because you're talking about it. I think,
imagine making that scene as a director, as a writer,
I
as
think
an
it
actor.
must have taken them
high-fiving afterwards. And
all
was
the
insane.
All the headlights were on them, isn't it? And you know what? There is something trending here, isn't it? Where I think you said it, like a groundbreaking show, isn't it?
Like a new idea.
Yeah, a new idea. And I think I've got another one. I can't remember the name of him now. But it's Lost.
Oh my god, Lost!
And I think that was groundbreaking at the time. And I remember watching that on TV on Channel 4 maybe.
On it.
I was that first season, and then the red button, and
the number of the lottery.
I hadn't seen anything like it.
And do you remember the chain? And there's a polar bear on the island.
That was in the first. It was like 24. I think there was 24 episodes in the first season or something.
The first season really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Right, I'm gonna go hard on this. Okay, I'm gonna go in. I felt like you were watching the second, maybe even third season.
Yeah.
And the writers didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
I felt they said, should we just chuck a polar bear in here? Like, yeah, they'll do. Yeah, just chuck a polar bear in
and
there.
And then the island moves. That's good.
I just felt like they didn't. I lost it.
But
I did love it though. I did love it. I enjoyed it.
So to quote Al Pacino, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in when they found the tail of the plane.
Yeah,
I was like, oh shit!
Yeah, here we go.
I'm back in.
Here we go.
I'm straight back in.
And there was good characters in that. Like Sawyer was a good character.
Oh, there's some really good characters in it.
I can't remember the main sort of woman in it now. Like the love interest to Jack. What was her name? The girl with the brown hair.
She's in The Hobbit, isn't she? She's an elf in The Hobbit.
Yes.
Can't remember her name.
But anyway, I thought that was groundbreaking.
No, Lost was groundbreaking.
Yeah.
So what do you guys know the end of it?
Yeah, I watched it to the end.
Did UFO come down?
I think it's like all a dream.
Yeah, it's something weird like that. And the island does
it's
move.
all in his head.
The island moves.
Head.
You know what? I'm struggling to remember now because I think there's around like 7 or 8 seasons of it. But you know what? I think I did watch it all, you know.
Wow.
I think I did as well, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah,
and
it
I
was a
seem
long
to
time
just have this predominant memory that it was all that they're all dead in limbo. I think all of
You
the
know
characters
what?
died on
I
the
ca-
plane,
I
and they're
can't
all
remember.
in limbo.
So
I
they're
can't
all
remember.
like in between wherever they're
Yeah.
supposed to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever I'd say, I can't remember, if I'm being
That's
honest with you.
pretty awful.
I hope people write in and actually tell us the end of that properly.
And if they enjoyed it or not.
Yeah.
But no, we can move on from Lost, but I
No,
just remember
that was a really
that
good idea.
idea was like, what's the name of the guy who did it? And he did Star Trek, and when he did Star Trek, it was
M. Night.
amazing.
Is it M. Night?
No,
J.J. Abrams.
Oh,
That's it.
Abrams, yeah.
So
Yeah.
he created Lost, and then he did that. I say first, he did a Star Trek movie, and I loved.
I love
Star
that
Trek
That was
movie.
brilliant. That's
Yeah.
that
J.J.
movie.
Abrams' first Star Trek movie was incredible. With I think it had Spock, and yeah, it was really
Well,
good.
Star Trek's Spock Heroes. You know Heroes?
That was
Say
incredible.
Heroes as well. He was a really good
What is
actor
his
in
name?
that.
Skylar? Shyla? No, Sylar.
Sylar.
Wow.
You're right.
And
though.
he could like slit your throat with like his finger. like that.
That was another one.
Brilliant first series.
But I just couldn't stop watching it.
I think that's based on comics too. I think that's based on a comic.
Yeah, and but I think that might have lost me as well. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think
that's
I
the thing.
I don't think I finished it.
It needs to see. Listen out there, if you're making a series, okay, you've got to end it, and end it pretty much within 2 seasons. I think.
It is hard to get
Yeah,
something that goes past. Like, I'm just trying to think of something. I must have watched something. Well, saying that, Game of Thrones had me the whole way through, and then it just went a little bit pear-shaped at the end. So whatever
I've
the
heard
last
this.
season was, maybe the last season was 8 or 9. I can't remember which one it was.
8, I think.
But
yeah.
season 4 and 5 is probably some of the best TV I've ever
Have
seen
you?
in my whole life.
You haven't seen it, have you?
I'm gonna no.
Highly recommend that, you know.
That is a
Mate,
journey.
Everybody does, and I've tried. Me and my wife have both tried it 4 times. Okay,
What?
and I reckon I've got through maybe up to the 5th episode of season 1. All right,
Oh, you've
and every
got to do it.
time I'm like, right, who's that guy? Who's she? Who's this? Who's that? I'm just confused every time.
It'll come together, I swear. Just give it. I know 4 times is quite.
Oh, try.
I'm a total nerd
Get-
about
yeah.
it, so I'd love to watch it with you, and I'll just literally be like a voice in your ear.
That'd be good.
That's Sansa Stark. But that's Baratheon.
You know what though? Like there was another. I've recently watched House of Dragon, and talking about like
I've yet to watch
who's
it.
who. Honestly, I was watching it. That is also amazing. Not quite as good as Game of Thrones, but me and Nicola were watching it, and honestly, in your brain, you're trying to work out the family tree, and you're like, who the hell is he in relationship to that family? And then you're trying to work out like who's heir to the throne, and you know what? It can be complicated.
How
it can
just
be.
confusing.
How far back is it? Because I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my god!
But I
hang
think
on.
I know.
So Daenerys, I think it's something like her, like
It's the story of the Targaryens, isn't it?
So like 4 or 5 generations maybe. It's quite far.
Is it the Mad King?
It's prequel. No, I don't think it is the Mad King. I think the Mad King might be either in between it.
Yeah.
Or before. It's not the Mad King.
Damn.
No. Because I thought that when I started watching it. I remember them talking about the Mad King. Thinking,
Yeah.
is it this? But they've got all the same families. There's like Baratheons in there. There's Starks in there.
Yeah.
There's
Is there a character called Egg?
Egg.
Yeah.
I
Honestly, is there a
don't
character
think
called
so.
Egg Stark. I think he's Egg Stark.
Don't think so.
That's
No.
his- that's
Why
his
are you calling your
nickname.
kid Egg?
I think that's Ned's dad.
Ned and Egg.
Oh yeah, no, not far enough.
No, it's not.
back, I
No, it's
suppose.
not.
Yeah, you know what though, Dave? Maybe give it a 5th go because it's some of the best TV I've ever seen. Like for people who've seen it, Battle of the Bastards.
The Red Wedding.
It's probably one of the best episodes I've ever seen of anything ever.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is
It's a bit
incredible.
cool.
Like, and also, like you love like the 2 towers,
Yeah.
and the fighting scenes.
Oh, mate.
Honestly, it's on par with. I think it's better than that.
I think
the fighting
it is as
scenes are better
well.
than that.
It's phenomenal.
I think because
incredible.
we've tried to watch it in the last sort of 5 years we've got kids, we're tired. Time is precious.
Yes.
You're like if you're not enthralled straight away, you're like, no, bin.
Yeah,
let's
I get
to
that.
something else.
I understand that because me and Nick have done that to a number of shows. Because you're right, your time is precious.
Yeah.
You're like, this isn't hooking me. This
No.
isn't getting me.
Want to get one straight away.
I'm gonna chuck a random one out there,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what, I might need you guys' help to remember the name of it. But
Round the twist.
right, so you know,
Good one, actually, to talk about the kids' stuff.
I absolutely loved that when I was a kid. And the Queen's Nose, was it the one with they could go back
Oh,
in
and the
time with the
50p?
50p?
Amazing.
Yeah, sorry. You know, like I'm struggling with
That was
the
my
name of
fault,
that now. 4 weddings and a funeral. What's the name of the main guy in that?
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant, right? What is this series with Hugh Grant and he
Nicole Kidman.
cheats on his like
Oh my goodness, what is
wife.
that? Med, hit the Google
No
on that
idea.
one.
This
That is brilliant.
I think you might have recommended
Yeah,
it to
we
me,
did.
Dave. And it is a great series. I think it was on Now TV.
It's not Mickey Blue Eyes. That's a film, isn't
No,
it?
it's a
no.
film. No,
You know
that
what?
is a
I have to find
great,
out what it is
great
because I can't
series.
just start that conversation.
I think that was
and then
probably
not
on.
do it.
I'm finding it.
Was that was on Sky as well, wasn't it?
Yes. You know what? Another one's coming to my mind with that guy on the motorbike. You remember the first scene with the guy on the motorbike?
With Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, write that down so we talk about that in a bit. Because that was also on Now TV, I think.
Okay,
This
so
is going to kill me now.
I'm going to jump in. Yeah, I'm not going to describe it too much.
The
go on.
Undoing. Just so we get it
The
out there.
Undoing.
The Undoing.
Yes. That's the one with Hugh Grant, right?
That is amazing. And you're right, Nicole
That's the
Kidman.
show.
Yeah,
That's the
watch
series, yeah.
that is brilliant.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to watch that.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Good thriller.
The other one I want to talk about real quickly is Mayor of Easttown. Who's the actress in the Titanic?
Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
So she plays like a detective in this small town. You can totally relate to it because it's
Yeah.
honestly, when I was watching it, I said it feels like Aberystwyth because everybody knows each other's business.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she's involved as a detective, but she kind of knows everyone as well. So there's all those little stories behind it.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
It
I'm going
is.
to watch that.
Mayor of Easttown is spelt Mare, not mayor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
kind of play on words.
Mate, okay.
Yeah.
Really good.
And this doesn't
Really,
spoil
really
anything, but like they sort of like, yeah, like a serial killer part, like element into it.
Oh, it's
It's
good.
really, really good.
Yeah.
Deep, like
Yeah.
thriller.
Yes,
It's really
Sounds a
right
bit
up
like
my
good.
street.
Sounds like Fargo.
oh,
Great
great film. I sort
I
of watched some of this
I watched
series.
this. I love the
I
series.
watched two. No, sorry, I've watched 1.5 series of Fargo. Really enjoyed the first season.
Yeah.
the one with same with the guy who's in the
Billy
Hobbit.
Bob. Oh,
You know the actor who was in The Office originally.
Matthew.
Yes.
And he's in Love Actually, and he's doing that porn scene
Yeah.
with a woman. Anyway, he's amazing.
and he's in The Office.
brilliant.
He's like the
really
star
good
of
in
The
it.
Office, isn't
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really
he?
good.
What is
in
his
it.
bloody name?
What was the name of the one with
Answers on a
Bryan
Postcard.
Cranston as
Yeah.
well?
You're going to have to Google it. I can't remember.
He's a judge, though, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's really torn.
Why can I not remember?
It's
My brain doesn't work
the
anymore.
story is, it's really, really clever.
Have you seen that?
Oh,
Ned?
let's try and remember
I know
this
we're
now.
What's that,
doing a
Dan?
really bad job of, saying what it is at the moment.
So basically, his son has an accident, and Bryan Cranston, who plays like this top judge in
Sorry,
this city.
Your Honour.
Your Honour. So Bryan Cranston plays this top judge in this city, doesn't he? And his son accidentally kills someone on a bike and does a hit and run. So the person on the
got me.
bike turns out to be the head mafia boss's son.
Oh my
Yeah.
So
goodness me.
mate, yeah. I don't want to ruin it for
You only
anybody.
need to say that, I think.
Yeah, I'm hooked.
Superb.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen The Undoing and Your Honour,
And
two
Mayor of
amazing,
Easttown.
3 amazing shows
They are really good.
from the last 5 years, if you haven't seen them.
I'll tell you what one to avoid.
Go. I'm interested.
Boardwalk Empire.
Haven't seen it.
Do you know what? I did try that.
Avoid it.
Glad I didn't see it.
Yeah. And I think
Season
the
one
same.
again. Season one, brilliant. New
Hang
idea.
on.
Like it's all
Was
about
that-
speakeasies and alcohol.
Was
and
that
stuff.
also the guy from House of Cards?
Kevin Spacey?
Yeah,
No, it's the guy.
Who's that?
Steve Buscemi with the funny eyes.
Oh, right, okay. I like Steve Buscemi.
Yeah,
as well.
he's
yeah.
quality.
Con Air.
But it just doesn't do anything.
And he's in Wedding Singer.
Yeah, he is.
yeah.
Drunk, annoying brother, isn't he?
Yeah.
The
better
so
man.
Mafia stuff. It's actually all in Italian, but it's brilliant. Gomorrah.
I
It's
watched
about mafia
the first
families.
season of
Nice.
that on your recommendation.
Watch that. I'm
gonna watch that.
Subtitles all dubbed, whatever.
Yeah.
Stick with
I
it.
have to watch that.
It is brilliant.
I have to make a little list at the
I think
end
it's
of
either
this.
The Gomorrah or Gomorrah. Another one I haven't seen, and everyone keeps telling me to watch, Peaky Blinders.
You know what? I haven't. I've tried to watch that once at least, and I got through half of the first season, and it didn't grasp me. So I need to maybe
It does
try
my
that
head
again.
in. It does my head in.
You watched it?
Yeah,
Or some of it?
I've tried to watch. I'm eating my own words now because I say always finish things, but like,
yeah, didn't finish that.
Apart from Peaky Blinders.
I can't stand it. No, I can't stand it. I can't stand the accents. I can't stand what happens in it.
Birmingham,
It's
isn't
just-
it?
It's just.
Is it Birmingham?
I think it's
Yeah,
Birmingham.
Ah.
Yeah.
I think it's based around the old coal docks and stuff like that.
Ah.
And there's just loads of crime.
Never watched it.
Overrated for
War.
me.
We haven't gone into too much war.
Band of Brothers.
Band of
Brothers. That,
and the Pacific.
yeah.
I was thinking about that last night, actually.
Band of Brothers
Yeah.
is it's incredible.
It's
David
phenomenal,
Schwimmer.
isn't it? Yeah,
Yes,
from Friends. Isn't
and
it?
And the guy
also
from
Tom
Homeland.
Hanks, and it's the same.
Spielberg, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same people who did
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving- Ryan.
Yeah, it's the same sort of crew, I think, and production.
You can tell. You can absolutely tell.
Which
Yeah,
is a spin-off
but
show
that
from
is-
that, wasn't it?
And you know what? Right at the end of that, it's not really a spoiler or anything, but when they talk to the real people, it brought like a tear to my eye.
yeah.
Like if you haven't seen Band of Brothers and you're into sort of, don't know, like your war movies or anything, that is
When there's a film or a series where they do that at the end, so you're focused on the protagonist and they go through all their turmoil, and then at the end you see a real picture of them.
Oh my god,
That gets me
I
so
know.
much. I cry my eyes out
Yeah.
when I see things like that,
Yeah.
because it's like it just comes so familiar. You're like, oh, that's you.
You go, oh my god, that was real.
Yeah.
That person actually went
That's
through that.
Lieutenant whatever. I can't remember any of the names now, but I think it had a picture of who it was. So like David Schwimmer, and then it had like the real
he's playing.
the real guy.
It's
Like
incredible.
either a photo of him or an interview.
Yeah.
We have no idea really in this day and age what those people went through, do we? No idea.
We're soft.
And
It has softened itself,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Unfortunately, there's people in the world who do know. I mean,
And it's
there's
horrific.
wars going on now.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
it is. And the Pacific, wasn't it?
Yes,
That was another one
I
after
haven't
Band
seen
of
that
Brothers.
one.
Was that about like
Start-
Japan and?
Pearl Harbor, was it?
Don't know.
I think I've
you know.
seen. I think I've seen it. Band of Brothers is more familiar. And I had it on like Blu-ray and stuff, and it's just
I think my sister got me into that.
So
I think my
weird.
sister got me into that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got a completely different one now.
yeah.
F1 Drive to Survive. Have you
haven't
seen
seen
that on
it.
Netflix?
No.
Right.
No.
It's about F1, Formula One, obviously.
It's really
Yeah.
interesting. Like Dave goes on different directions.
Different tangents.
Like absolutely different. Like,
Yeah.
The FIFA one that you said. The
Yeah.
Another
Formula
one. Okay, so
I've never heard of Mayor of Easttown. Like incredible.
I think my wife is partly down
Responsible.
to getting all responsible for these because I probably would go, oh no, it doesn't look any good. I
Yeah.
wouldn't watch it. But she's like, no,
I'm not interested in
watch it. 'Cause
Formula One,
she's
but-
well into her films and well into a series, so it's like, oh yeah, I'll watch this. And you start watching, you're like, oh my god, it's actually really good. And
Strap
I've
it
never
for the kettle on.
clicked on it if it wasn't for her. What was it talking about? Oh yeah, F1
F1.
Drive to Survive. It just follows F1 drivers around the world. Honestly, it's so good. And
Oh,
it follows
man.
like the tour that they do.
Yeah.
But it's all the background stuff that's going
Yeah,
on.
good.
Mate, the politics, the
Yeah.
money, the stress.
Some of them
pressure.
hate each other as well. Like Max
Absolutely hate each other.
What's his name? Max
Verstappen.
Yeah, and then like Lewis Hamilton, like
Yeah.
clashing and stuff. Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's
watched a little bit of Formula One.
Really good. Really good. I actually watched a few episodes yesterday.
Yeah.
And I watched another one last night. It's one that you...
Is it like a one season thing?
4 seasons now.
Wow.
Yeah. 'cause
Okay.
It's just on the 2021 season.
Oh, I'll
so it's
watch
through the
that.
pandemic. Everyone's wearing masks and stuff. You think, oh my god, what a crazy time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, but
Christmas
that
is
is a
coming.
really
I'll
good
get
one.
that
Even
on.
if you're not into F1, I'm not into F1.
No, I'm really
I'm
not.
not into
no.
it at all, and it's brilliant.
I think that's when you know the show's quite good. Like I enjoyed Clarkson's Farm, and I was thinking like I'm not sure I'd ever enjoy like necessarily a farming program, but I
Especially
found
about
that,
Jeremy Clarkson.
that quite interesting and quite good. And then also another one like I used to be really massively into my football, not so much anymore. But then that Wrexham documentary,
Brilliant.
Like is such an easy watch, and I think being Welsh, I think
Yeah.
makes it better. I think I'm not like a Wrexham fan, but
I really want to watch
because
that.
that's really good.
What a
Easy
stroke
watch.
of luck for that club, though. I mean,
Oh.
I think correct me if I'm wrong, yeah, but I think they were on their ass, weren't they?
Yeah,
I
I think
they
they're
needed
top of the
like a
table
massive
now.
investment.
Yeah.
they are.
I think they're top of the table. Or
As we
they're
speak.
1 or 2, so it looks like they're going to go up this year, probably. But
That'd be
who knows?
massive.
See, to become,
yeah.
you just need loads of money and attraction, and then
Yeah.
you'll attract players like limelight.
Yeah.
They want to be in the limelight, don't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah,
You know?
well,
And
it's
if you're
like
attached to Ryan Reynolds,
followers. I know it's like we talk about social media and
Sponsorship.
stuff like that,
Yeah.
but you know,
yeah.
But they were able to bring players in like none of us. Well, you know more football than I think me and Duke.
yeah.
do.
I'm
but what I
not
mean
too
is, I think
clued up.
they were bringing in players who were way above that team.
Yeah.
But just offering them enough money. Hopefully,
Yeah.
just get them out of that
Yeah.
league. Basically,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
they've done, isn't it?
No,
get
it's
'em
true
out.
that there was one
And the manager.
Sky, and I think they got him from either one league above or maybe 2 leagues above.
Totally unheard of, isn't it?
Yeah, because they offered him enough money. I can't remember his name now, but there's obviously a couple of good players for Wrexham who could easily be playing in the leagues well above Wrexham.
Superb.
Well, Ronaldo's free now, isn't he?
Never know.
So
Bale, maybe,
hopefully the
if he doesn't want to
Swans-
play golf.
hopefully the Swans
Exactly,
will,
yeah.
Hopefully the Swans will scoop up Ronaldo. That'd be good.
The Office,
The American
Which
or the
one?
British?
not the American.
Yeah, I couldn't stand the American one.
I
That
think the
guy's
American
in it, man.
humour, it's so different.
Yeah. You know what, though?
Like they're quite
speak to-
shouty in their humour, where the ours is
Subtle.
quite subtle,
and
that's what made it
cringe
really
and-
funny.
Apparently, the
Oh,
American one, though, is like,
beautiful.
I'm a sucker for, like, looking at IMDb, or I know some people use, like, Rotten Tomatoes, and if someone recommends me something, or I see something, I think, oh, that looks up our street, me and Nick will always look at the rating, because going back to
Yeah.
you don't want to waste your time. If
Time
I
is
look at
precious.
something and I'm like, that's 5.4, there's no way I'll watch it. There's no way I'll watch it. It's got to be, like, 7 and above, probably, and I think, right, I'll do that.
That is a good source, though. Can we just? The IMDb is basically like the
IMDb.
go-to
International movie
IMDb.com.
database.
Yeah, I always check it before I watch something, or I get recommended something. I'm like, oh wow, this is like 8.7. I think it has to be good. If that many people have rated it that highly. So, but then you might be able to miss some good things as well. Like say, like I have enjoyed a program or a movie that's like say 6 or something.
Yeah.
So
It's
you
tricky,
can't
isn't it?
always trust
Sometimes
it.
it's in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? It's
Yes.
like
Yes.
you make your own decision on that.
Yeah, but I do use it a bit. Because I just don't want to waste my time.
So
Yeah.
going back to The Office, I
Yeah.
remember being in Hossegor many years ago, and Rich was just going on about Ricky Gervais in The Office and doing quotes
Yeah.
from it. I felt really left out.
Yeah, 'cause
but I
you didn't
felt,
know.
but I just couldn't stand Ricky Gervais. I was just like, and everyone was telling me just watch it because he's not like how he is, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay. Oh, I watch it like once or twice a year. I just
Yeah,
put it
it's
on the
really
background. I think it's a beautifully made.
Oh, that's amazing.
Beautiful. It's full of soul. It's hilariously funny.
Yeah.
David Brent is one of the funniest characters ever invented.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. It's
Yeah.
wonderful.
And you get the love bit.
The
in
love
it as
bit
well.
at
yeah,
the
it
end.
gets me
so
me
nice.
the heartstrings
Yeah.
every time. But so does Extras. Have you seen Extras?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen extras.
Yeah.
Extras is like this. Oh my god!
Extras.
It's
good.
got this beautiful narrative of he wants stardom, he gets it, and it ruins him. It's
No way.
so beautiful. You gotta watch Extras, man.
Afterlife, to Ricky Gervais.
Afterlife I enjoyed, but
I like it.
It's too brutal for me. I think I don't want to put myself through it all the time,
It's a bit of a Debbie Downer.
No, it is.
and I can't stand that guy. Everybody loves this guy in it, but the Dennis Pennis actor. I can't. I want to fight him in that.
Mate, I love
I,
that
I,
guy.
I find it really funny.
He is
love
too
that.
much.
I know.
know,
I
I
know. I
know.
think that's the idea.
Oh, he's too
isn't
much.
it?
I
Have you
can't.
seen the outtakes?
I know.
They're incredible.
There's some incredible ones.
Right. If
So
you
funny.
ever feeling a bit low or a bit down, or you just feel like you just want to have a laugh at something, there's like 20 minutes of outtakes of
my
Afterlife Series 1 or Season 2.
Yeah.
Honestly,
He is.
how they got through filming any of that, I don't know. I really don't know, because it is hilarious.
Have you come round to Ricky Gervais? Though you know, you said people were telling you to watch it. And you said, I just don't like Ricky Gervais.
So
Have
Ricky
you-
Gervais, I think he's like me. He thinks like I do,
yeah,
especially
because-
about religion and politics and all that sort of stuff.
and
He-
he's
he
a
does-
lover of
animal
animals.
rights.
yeah, and animal rights. He doesn't say
Yeah.
he doesn't ever say something he doesn't mean. I
Yeah.
really like that.
I quite like him.
No, I
I know
like
sometimes
Ricky
He's
you
Gervais.
so
Yeah.
clever.
Oh, very, very
Yeah,
clever.
he
All
is.
comedians are, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
vast
and
majority of them, I
ballsy.
say.
I'd never go up on stage and do that.
No.
No,
Very switched on.
yeah, I saw a comedian recently, and he was absolutely amazing. Nick Helm it was, and I thought about it when I was there. I thought, man, to do that and the
Yeah.
pressure to make an audience laugh, and you know that you're going in there, and if you bomb, I mean, that must be the worst feeling in the world.
Horrible, isn't
you
it?
know, people are paying, you're entertaining them, and like that must be a weird pressure.
Yeah.
You know, and if you start to bomb, how do you regain your confidence for like the next night? Like, imagine if it goes down like a lead balloon.
This is your job, like time
Yeah.
after time after
you
time
know?
after time.
Yeah, and people
Oh.
heck you go, you suck and stuff. I mean, I don't think I could do it.
So that scene in the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix,
Yeah,
when he's just
Oh.
telling those jokes, and it's like, oh my god, this is horrible.
This is horrific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cringe.
yeah.
Really bad.
What a film that is, though.
FIFA. I want to go back to that one because it's really current.
It's very
at the moment.
relevant, isn't it? At the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, we had a good conversation on the whole Qatar thing, isn't it? And whether you know they should have got the World Cup.
Yeah.
With their track record, and you know, gays. It'd been illegal to be gay.
Yeah. Human
using
rights,
modern slavery,
rights,
how they treat
women's
women.
rights. Very interesting subject.
The whole thing is,
But this is basically, I think it's FIFA Uncovered, which is actually on Netflix, and it shows how Qatar got the World Cup, and probably Russia beforehand, if you believe the story that you're,
just money,
that
isn't
you're
it?
watching.
Cash.
Get the cash.
All about the cash, all about bribes, all about corruption.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad,
Yeah.
really, really bad. And there's a lot of
It's like, how does
hypocrisy
it-
there as well,
How does it keep
because
happening?
we were discussing it last
people
night,
are
weren't
greedy.
we?
You know?
There's commentators there at the moment saying we shouldn't be here, but you are there and you are getting paid.
Exactly.
So a little bit hypocritical.
I know.
But
And the
then-
David Beckham situation, because this is what us three were discussing
Yeah, we've
over
chatted
the last
this.
couple of days.
Yeah.
David Beckham was getting 10 million every year. 15 million every year for 10 years, I think is the deal. And a lot of people are annoyed because he was on like a gay magazine front cover, like one of the first footballers to maybe come out, you know, positively and support like the gay community and things.
Yeah, he's an icon, and it's he's just shattered it, I think.
Yeah, but I'm not saying but then can you imagine someone offering you
That much money.
150 million? I understand David Beckham is far wealthier than me, and he could, I imagine, afford to turn down that deal. However, if someone came to me, even if it was relative, and said, "Luke, do you want £1 million and you've got to promote Qatar and stuff," I'd feel really conflicted. My moral
It's
compass
tough,
would
isn't
be spinning because
Right.
of the money.
Very, very tough.
To speak bluntly, I truly believe he's a nice man, and I truly believe that he is just promoting football in a country. I don't
Yes.
think he's standing up and going, "I support
Course
that
he's not.
that they hate, that they don't like
Course he's not.
homosexuality." I don't think he's doing
Course
that
he's
at
not,
all.
and he doesn't stand
So it's a
for
bit
that.
skewed.
I think he's turning
taken
a little
a
bit of a
job.
blind eye. I think he's going, "Oh no, it's really, really good. I'm just promoting football in Qatar," because that's what you would tell yourself to accept the money and
It just comes with
feel
this
okay.
baggage, doesn't it? The whole Qatar thing. It just comes with the baggage,
Yeah.
and it's not nice.
But then Piers Morgan, because Dave sent us a clip, I'd already seen it actually, about Piers Morgan talking to a reporter about it. And it is true, like, if we're going to look at Qatar and everything that they're doing in their country, you know, they're not the only country that have done, you know, and you can include the UK in this as well.
Should include the UK.
Like, you know, there's not really many perfect countries out there who've got like a real squeaky clean track record.
No, there's
so where
not.
do you
So
have
where do you put the line?
the World Cup? And
Yeah.
like you said, Russia probably bought the World Cup as well.
Probably.
Look,
Probably.
if you are in my head, it's really simple, and I'm probably going to butcher a massive idea now, but like, just get all the countries in a hat and pick one out.
Can they have they got the infrastructure?
Okay,
to
so on that note,
hold a World Cup and the money.
if they don't have the infrastructure, don't force them to make one. just take them out of the hat and don't have them.
I know.
It's complicated, isn't
Very
it?
complicated. It's politics, it's money.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a massive money maker for your country because the
Oh,
World
yeah?
Cup's held in your country. I get
Yeah.
that. And it's bringing in millions of pounds of revenue and all that sort of stuff.
We
But,
are
like,
going on a bit. I'm going to reel it back in a sec. But
yeah, we've tangented away.
we are a little bit. But what I mean is,
We can do a corruption episode.
My point is that Qatar now have got however many stadiums. What's going to happen to them now?
Yeah,
after
what's
the World
gonna
Cup?
happen after
It's the same, but it's the same with the Olympics.
yeah,
You build these like all this infrastructure is in place, and these like Brazil went
yeah.
massively in debt because of it. I think they were obviously in debt anyway.
I don't know.
But
too
even
much
so,
about it, yeah.
like I'm assuming now these stadiums are a little bit dilapidated and just
Yeah.
probably
Ghost.
a little bit of ruins,
Empties.
and
Yeah.
you know. But I'm going to bring it in, and I'm going to go off on a completely different angle here. The OC, One Tree Hill, all those sort of series.
Dawson's
Yeah.
Creek.
Dawson's Creek.
It was the OC for me, right? I watched
me
the
the
OC when it came out originally, and I absolutely loved it, right? And then when I had Isla, my youngest daughter, born, and I had like time, you know, Nick was resting, and I watched the OC again, probably
Wow.
around 2 years ago. It's incredible.
Still good.
Wow,
It's really good.
that's amazing.
I loved it.
Brilliant,
But you know
isn't it?
what? It had a nostalgic element
Yeah,
to
yeah.
it. Like, if I had never seen the OC before,
Yeah.
and I was watching it fresh in my late 30s, almost 40, I'd be like, maybe not. But I was remembering watching it 20 years ago,
Yeah.
or 15 years ago, however long it was, and it's nostalgic.
It's really
Yeah.
good. Really
Nice.
Yeah.
I loved
need
One
to-
Tree Hill as well, and Dawson's Creek.
I never watched any of those
Smashed
other
through
ones,
them.
but OC was the one I watched when I was younger. Like, and they were, I think, I don't know, it was like California surfing and
Yeah.
like just what they were getting into.
Sunny. Nice and sunny.
I don't know.
It's Always Sunny in
Nostalgia.
Philadelphia.
I like that series.
I love that
really
series.
funny
Always Sunny in
series.
Philadelphia. I haven't
Rob,
seen that.
Rob McKelvey.
Dude. That's Rob, the guy who owns Wrexham.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And Danny DeVito, he comes into it in like episode 8 or something. Oh,
Trash man.
And then he's in it throughout the entire thing.
Really?
Dude,
It's really funny. Yeah.
there's
funny.
4 really, I can't remember the name of the word, not nostalgic, nihilistic people who just care about themselves.
Nihilistic.
No, it's not
Dennis
nihilistic.
is
It's not
terrible, isn't it?
narcissistic. sorry.
Narcissistic.
Yeah, they're massive narcissists and they just care about themselves, but they
Yeah.
get into themselves into some real scrapes.
Yeah, and also we were talking about series going on, and stuff. I think they're honestly around 15 or 16 seasons. I think it's one of the longest running shows at the moment. Honestly,
it is.
they've
Wow.
made a load of seasons of that.
I remember when season 12 came out and it was like flaming heck.
Didn't Friends?
10.
10 seasons. of
10
Friends.
seasons.
Yeah, you know what we haven't talked about. I do like Friends, and I find that like talking about nostalgia. I can watch an episode of that. I'm not saying I love it, but like I think it's the nostalgia of watching
Yeah.
Friends back in the day.
I think
You know?
any episode I could probably word for word the entire
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
You
Are
put
you
a-
serious?
Yeah, I reckon if you put an episode on now, I could probably do 90% of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I watched it so much.
Okay, favorite episode. I think I can say my favorite episode of Friends.
Pivot?
Good episode.
Pivot's a really good episode.
Yeah. I don't know the name of mine, but it's when they lose the apartment and they're doing the game show.
That's a really good episode.
I don't think I
And,
haven't seen all of them.
It's amazing that.
They're
that
always called
episode.
the one with something as well, aren't they?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but that episode when Ross is the question master, and then
I
they
love-
lose that
oh.
apartment to it.
So
That's
I
incredible.
love 2 episodes with Ross, even though I think he's my worst character.
Oh, I love
Phoebe.
Ross.
But like, there's the one where he goes Red Ross.
Yeah. My sandwich.
Sandwich gets
Yeah, that one.
And there's the rugby episode where he's trying to impress
Yeah,
that
the
girl,
British girl.
Emma.
Yeah.
And he gets put into this scrum. It's absolutely hilarious. And he's just screaming like,
Do you remember the talking about Ross? Do you remember the episode when he wears those leather trousers?
Oh
And then-
my
And then
God.
he's like trying to ring Joey, and he says, and Joey's like, "Yeah, put some talc on there." And then he's got water in there.
paste.
Yeah, and, he makes
And then
a
Joey's
paste.
like, bye. Doesn't matter, bye.
But anyway, like I think Friends is like it's not like the best thing I've ever seen, but I think if it reminds you of maybe I don't know what the sort of if you go too far deep into it, it might remind you of like a bit of a simpler time,
Yeah.
maybe an easier time in your life, like the OC.
Easy
Oh,
watching
yeah.
as well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Teenage
just-
years, just
yeah.
watching Friends. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Put it on when you're cooking. Get through 3 episodes while you're cooking.
Yeah, and it might make you like if you're having a bit of a down day. I can imagine maybe some people do stick on like a Friends episode
Oh,
to
yeah.
sort of like
quite happy.
It's like a hug.
Hangover
Yeah.
day.
And like Harry Potter movies, we were talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
that. Like at Christmas, I remember watching them in your halls of residence in Swansea, and we were like hungover,
Real comfy floor. that was.
or worse, and then we were just watching Harry Potter in a duvet.
Yeah.
Best thing ever. Brie and
Yeah.
crackers, watching that.
Oh,
Brilliant.
lovely.
Oh my god, yeah. Good feed.
Good times.
Oh, I'm trying to think of this series. I can't remember what it was because you brought up Rupert Murdoch earlier, and it's based really similarly on that sort of premise. As in, like, there's this tycoon, and then he's trying to pass his wealth and knowledge and everything onto his family, and who's going to take over the lead afterwards. It's with that Scottish actor. Oh my
Is
gosh.
it a recent series?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I've
I
seen
can't
this,
Anyway,
yeah.
yeah, I have to edit that one out because I can't think of the name of it, and I'm not explaining it very well. But I've watched most of it.
You know what? I think I know what you're on about, and it's on my list. Hang on. Is it the guy in the Born Identity?
Yes.
Yeah, and like the old guy in the Born
Yeah,
Identity.
he's Scottish, but he plays
Yes.
like an American,
Yes.
like media tycoon.
Oh, I've got Deliverance in my head. It's not Deliverance at all. That's totally different.
That's pretty different, actually.
Hillbillies. Yeah, I love hillbilly. There we go.
Yeah.
Dressed
Anyway,
up as hillbillies for fancy
Yeah.
dress, didn't we, Dave?
Let's keep it British.
we did.
Let's keep it British. So, have you seen Bodyguard?
Incredible.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Line,
Of course, yeah.
line of fucking duty.
Line of Duty.
That's really good. But then they made a spin-off show about a bomb squad, and it was terrible.
Oh, that was on ITV with Kate, the lady
terrible.
from Line of Duty.
That was
that was bad.
awful. But yeah, Line of Duty. great.
Really good.
Oh, Line of
I am
Duty.
starting. You know what? I'm starting to go off it though. It is in like, it feels like it's the same.
I've seen
all
it
the
twice.
time.
I've seen it twice. They're not doing it anymore. So but it's done.
Okay.
It's finished.
Yeah, but we never got to find out
Who
Who
H
N
was? Was it?
Or
who,
H.
yeah, H or whatever.
Well,
Did we
that's
find
the
out
thing.
who it was?
That's the thing, isn't it?
What? It's not H from Steps either. So,
It definitely was.
but what? Hey, closure to that.
So we
There's
didn't
no
actually
closure.
find out who. How can
It's all speculation, isn't it? It's all. It's like the
I
end of
remember
Shutter
now.
Island. You're like,
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
Did he
'cause
get the
there was a
lobotomy
load
or
of
not?
corrupt top level police officers, wasn't there?
I think that was the point.
Yeah, that was the whole thing, wasn't it?
But that is really good, Line of Duty.
Yeah,
I
you're
loved
right.
it.
The
really
Bodyguard. That was really good. You know what? There's another one. I haven't seen it. Like Dave's seen a couple of them. There's like a new season. God, I'm gonna do really bad now. I can't even remember it. And there was they're in like the desert, and it's called like SAS.
Oh, that's going to be brilliant.
It's meant to be really,
Yeah,
really
My brother's
good.
recommended that.
And that's on my. I'm sure
on
loads
iPlayer
of
at
people
the
have got
moment,
this.
isn't it?
And you've got like a list maybe internally on your phone or on paper.
put Happy Valley on that list. if
Oh,
you haven't
Happy
seen
Valley.
Happy Valley.
That's really
That
good.
is so
I've
good.
seen it. Yeah,
Yeah.
The female police officer.
Oh,
yeah?
so brutal
Yeah,
and
I've
good.
seen
I
that.
love it.
Yeah, I have
Absolutely
seen that.
love it. It's like proper like grim,
Hang on.
bleak.
Yeah, is it? It's kind of based loosely on stuff that goes on in Bradford, isn't it?
Oh, it could be.
Yeah.
Actually, now you mention
Yeah,
it.
no,
I
it's,
don't actually know.
it's really
but-
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I remember
amazing.
watching that, and it was really, really well made. That one. is. There's some
Anything
really
else?
good stuff on BBC
Luther.
iPlayer. Yeah. Oh my god.
You
What's
know
one
what?
of the scariest scenes I've ever seen? Actually, in that
Love
one of those
Luther.
series.
The
Do you remember the one?
First and second Luther are actually really, really good.
Yeah.
Do you remember when the woman goes into her bed and that guy just sort of like rolls out from
Yeah.
under the bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really gave me the creeps.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's like a horrible nightmare, isn't it? It's like
Your worst
someone
nightmare.
under your bed. And
Yeah.
You just don't know, and then
Yeah.
they.
You know what? It was really good, actually, Luther.
Yeah.
It was actually
Brilliant.
really, really good. And do you remember those guys and they had like masks on and they were like attacking petrol stations? And remember that? Was that like season 2?
Was that the one when they had like the lights on the masks?
Yeah, I think
and the
it was.
CCTV was all
A
blurred
little bit
because
like
it was like
Purge,
affecting.
Purge-esque.
Yeah, each episode's got its own thing, isn't it? But there's like the running narrative of him through it
Yeah.
all as well.
There was like a killer on the
Well,
loose.
there's a woman in
Yeah.
it in there, and they become like mortal enemies, or that's his nemesis.
Yeah.
That-
You know what?
that
I haven't
ginger
seen it in
lady.
a while, but it is very, very good. Really, really good. You know, my brain's like firing, and sometimes you just can't think. You've got maybe a couple of scenes in your mind, and you're thinking, "What was that? That was
Yeah,
really,
what
really
was that?"
good." But then I can't.
I used to have,
remember it.
mate. I used to have that when I was sat in front of Napster, and all day,
Yeah.
I've thought about music to download. Right, I
Go
get in
back.
front of Napster.
It's
Oh,
'cause
what do I want?
the world is at your fingertips,
Yeah.
and you can't think of like one song, can you?
No,
Remember, like
Thundercats theme tune.
Metallica was like the reason why they brought down Napster, and I remember Metallica were getting a load of flack for that, right? But looking back, it was always going to happen because it was free
It's the
music, and
way-
if you're a musician,
it's
you're
the
like,
way
well, I
they
need to
did
get
it, though.
paid for my art. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? If you're not getting paid for your art, and someone paints a painting, and someone can just steal that, that's a job.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
literally your
It's-
job.
yeah, it's-
No, it is.
So like,
I fully agree with
I
paying.
I
for
feel with
music.
the artist. I think you need
Oh,
to get
definitely.
paid for your art. But
That's why
anyway,
they were-
that's a tangent enough. But yeah,
That's why they started touring more, wasn't it?
yes.
Because it's actually real.
Yeah, real.
I think they've
Yeah.
cracked down on it.
But now everybody
like,
films it anyway.
like
'Cause all you see
LimeWire.
now is people just filming.
Oh, I know.
And you're like,
LimeWire. Remember that?
Winamax,
Winamax, Napster. Napster was the original. wasn't it?
Frostwire, LimeWire.
Yeah. And then you could download movies, and I think that's pretty hard to do nowadays. I think they've really like clamped down on like piracy in general.
Oh, definitely.
Everyone pays for their streaming. Not everyone, but like a lot of people pay for their streaming services,
Yeah.
don't they? Netflix, etc.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah, cramp down.
it's a good price. I think it's £7 a month, isn't it?
I think you can pay less now if you get adverts. I really don't want the adverts on
I
Netflix.
don't want adverts.
No.
Adverts can go to hell.
Exactly. Like that's annoying watching someone on ITV even, and you're like, oh my god, like how many
I can't
adverts are
stand
going on,
adverts.
you know?
They
Yeah,
don't
Channel-
work
Channel
on me
4 are
at
bad.
all.
But then
ITV
that's
are
kind of
bad.
why you're meant to pay your TV license, isn't it? That's another conversation for another day.
I'm going to reel it back in. Jeffrey
Yeah.
Dahmer.
Loved
Dharma,
that.
loved
Dharma.
it,
Loved it. Couldn't eat during it though.
No.
and I could
Me and
only
Nick
watch
were-
one at a time.
I watched more than one at a time, but like it was always when we were eating in the night time, and then Nick would just go to me, "Look, can we just watch something else, please?" You know, he's literally necking a bag of blood.
Yeah.
And you're trying to eat like a pizza. It's
Yeah.
like, but
Or roadkill.
You
Curry.
know what? The actor, don't know his name. He is incredible.
Yeah. Because
He
you
is
actually
really,
watch
really good.
Jeffrey Dahmer, the actual Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, I've watched that recently.
Sounds
He-
exactly the same.
mannerisms the same.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. So
what was
good.
he in, Med? You've seen these.
American Horror Story.
Yes.
Oh, was he?
was
Really
in-
good.
He's in loads of them. And I remember
Really
he was
good.
that in the Freak Show one. He had like a really big hand with like 3, like, yeah, he was good in them as well. In all
Those
ones, yeah.
each series uses like the same core actors and actresses.
Yes,
and
but it's a
it's
totally different
story.
thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Lady
something a little
Gaga's
bit-
in one, I think.
Really?
a little bit crazier.
Hit me with
Married at First Sight.
You know?
I know it's
I've
a
got
little bit
no
out
interest.
there,
I've got
Yeah.
no
but
interest.
I would never watch that ever in a million years.
I have though, because
But if my wife's watching it, I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you watching?
Yeah.
And then I sit down and go, I'm now hooked.
yeah. And
I'm
also,
reeled in straight away.
it's always the Australian ones that are the best.
It is wild.
The Aussie ones, they're always like the craziest, or like someone's cheating on someone else. The Aussie ones are mental.
Can I just get this in my head?
Yeah.
It's you meet someone for the first ever time and then
You get married.
It's down the aisle.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
You're
and
standing at
then-
the bottom of the aisle,
Sure.
and that woman is walking down the aisle towards you, or whoever it may be, is
How
walking
is
down
that
the aisle
gonna work?
towards you. Well, because it's the scientists or the professionals,
The experts.
the experts have
Yeah.
looked at your stats or wherever you are and
And
thought,
put you
yeah, these
together as
gues
a
are
match.
perfect. Hey, it doesn't always work out.
No,
but
I bet
that
it
way.
doesn't.
You know what though? I do always think
serious clashes
sometimes
in there.
those shows are a little bit contrived, because you're thinking they're having a massive Barney, right? And there's like 4 different camera angles that they're going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, how real is it? That's the only problem I've got with shows like
Made in Chelsea.
Well, yeah,
How
yeah,
real
you
are those
love Made in
shows?
I
Chelsea.
love Made
Well,
in
exactly.
Chelsea.
But that's totally
don't.
scripted as well. Come
Yeah,
on.
I mean, I just love it.
Uh-oh, Jack has randomly walked into
Yeah.
the bar whilst
I know.
his ex-girlfriend
You
is there
invited-
with a
you
new
invited
guy.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's like, I don't
It's
know.
good, though.
I don't know.
There's
Trash
I
TV,
think the
I call
fans.
that.
I think the fans of Made in Chelsea all want to believe it's real,
Yeah.
but it's
It's
the same
not.
thing. It's like there's
It
8
can't
different
be.
camera angles of
Yeah.
an argument, and it's like
It can't be.
you wouldn't be having this argument with those cameras like that.
Yeah,
Like,
I think like reality TV. Like I remember watching the first ever Big Brother.
oh man.
Okay, and it was on.
Craig.
I think it was Channel 4, right? Yeah, Craig.
Nasty
and
Nick.
Nasty Nick, right? That was actually real. Is in? I felt like
Yeah.
that was real. What they were
Totally
saying
real, yeah.
was real. I don't think the producers were asking them to do too much or interfere. I think that was real.
Really
Craig
good.
is in the diary room.
Dear 42.
D42. But they had to get Nasty Nick out of there because of the backlash.
And he
They
took
were really
pen and paper,
concerned
innit?
about him, weren't they? Yeah, he did.
And he's writing
He's
stuff
trying to
about the
manipulate
vote.
people's
Wasn't someone
votes, wasn't he?
throwing things over the
Oh
over
yeah,
the
I
walls
think
as well?
there's loads of that, and people chant things that they can just about hear and stuff, isn't
Yeah.
it? But reality, also though, like in the future, like because people like Love Island, I hate to talk about Love Island here, but there's a lot of people from Love Island, and they come out and they end up like being in serious. They have issues, and they've a few people have killed
Yeah,
themselves.
they have. It's really
from
strange, that, isn't
after
it?
that, and you think like, what kind of pressure does that environment put on you, and also what kind of character are you,
Dude.
going into it, and you're craving for that attention?
Yeah.
I know this is a totally
To
different
go
episode.
back to Extras with Ricky Gervais.
Yeah,
There is 2 episodes where he is in the Big Brother house in the show because he's now become this. It's like he's past.
yeah.
He's past
No, you know
the
what? I do-
celebrity.
yeah.
He's he's a
Yes.
celebrity that's
Has
sort of
been.
in the bin,
yeah.
and that's why you get put on Big Celebrity Big Brother or
I'm a
Get me
celebrity.
out- I'm a celeb,
Get me out of here. You're at the end of
past
the.
it.
Yeah.
Revitalise
but you're
your
holding on
career.
to this shitty dream.
You know what
Yeah.
though? Matt Hancock in that is nuts. Who would have said that when he was the health secretary? I think that was his role.
Terrible health secretary.
Imagine him doing that when you're at home and lockdown, and go, that guy's going to be on I'm a Celeb in 2 years. You'd be like, no way.
No way. But
No way.
400k in the back pocket for him, apparently, as well, for that.
Little back burner.
Yeah.
We're tangenting here. But yeah, like trash TV, reality TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does reel you in, though. Like, you get hooked
100%.
we're not
pretty
alone.
quickly.
We're not alone. There's
Yeah,
millions
no,
of people
Married
who
at
watch
First
that.
Sight, I've got the same thing. That Nicola will watch
Even
it,
come dine with me,
and I get reeled in.
First dates and there's so many things.
Yeah.
So
I don't
many
mind
things.
first
But you
dates.
just want to
First dates
see
is
that
cool.
Easy
awkward-
watch first
You want to
dates.
see that awkwardness between the 2 people. Like, oh, this is going to go really bad. Like, guys shaking hands. Really bad.
You know what?
Yeah,
Little
yeah.
thing about first dates, right? I hate this. I don't know why people do it, right? You know, at the end, they're basically saying, right, do you want to go on another date? Do you want to go on another date, right? And some people, not all of them, but some people, they go, you go first, right? And then the person says, yeah, I want to go on a date. And then they go, do you want to go on a date? No. Right. If your answer is no, right?
Just say no.
Go first. And don't let the other person...
let me answer this. Yeah.
If I knew it was a no, I'd be like, oh, hang on, I'll answer first. Look, you're really nice, but no.
Yeah.
But they let them go first, and then they say yes, and then they're like, no.
It's horrible because you just see the other person's face drop. You're like,
Yeah, 'cause it's a
I feel
little bit
so sorry for them.
Embarrassing.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
But fair play. Some people take it well, other people don't. But if you know it's a no, go first.
Yeah.
If I was ever on that program,
Before this podcast ends, I want to talk about a series that I really want to recommend for you guys
Go.
to watch
Do it.
with your kids or to show your kids. Okay,
Ah, yeah.
it's a long episode. It's a long series. Okay, there's 720 episodes of it.
How old are my kids going to be when they finish this? Really, 18.
It took me a year. It took me a year to watch it.
Whoa,
but
a year, and you watched
hang on.
700 episodes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But it's honestly, it teaches. It's got morals in it. It's got like, it's so open to teaching good things. It's a really good thing.
I'm interested.
It's called Naruto.
Naruto?
I've heard of
Naruto.
it. I've heard of it.
It is a Japanese manga that was turned into a series. It is absolutely incredible. There's a lot of filler episodes where there's not a lot happens, but you can Google
guess
what
it's
they
gonna
are
be
and you can
700.
skip them. But it's like, you know the Ghibli films?
Yeah.
They always have like
I've seen a couple.
they've
Not,
got
not
like
a
a
lot.
beautiful story.
Castle in the Sky and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm
they've got
butchering the
beautiful
name.
stories.
Out of
Like they're kid friendly. Like it is incredible. And the main character Naruto is probably the purest, nicest character ever written into anything. Really, like similarities like Frodo Baggins or Sam and stuff like that. Like
Yeah, it's a
he's
good character.
He's a true hero, you know, and he never deviates from his like path. And
Nice.
It's all about ninjas and there's wars in it that shape the planet. It's absolutely bonkers, but it's. I'm so glad I brought it up.
No,
Watch
cool.
Well, that's
No, I
Naruto.
like that. Yeah, I like that sort of stuff. So we'll... right then,
Yeah.
let's reel this in. And if you've got one or two series to recommend anyone right now, what we're going for just to finish up.
So if someone hasn't seen it
Yeah.
and you're like putting your point across, I'll just go, for me, we'll go Making a Murderer. I know I've spoken about it, but if you haven't seen that, 100% watch that. And then I will go Game of Thrones. I'm throwing that at Dave as well. Try it for the fifth time.
I'll give it another go.
Two of the best things I've ever seen, probably.
I'll
Both
go
of them?
for a random one, which I think is called Generation Kill. I think there's 4 episodes of it. It's about the Iraq War. It's a really, really good.
You know what?
It's a drama though.
Cool.
It's not a documentary.
I remember you recommending this to me years ago. Yeah, I think I do remember that, actually.
And I would recommend Naruto.
Okay.
100%.
Nice.
I bet it's an
There you go.
investment. There is 720 episodes of that.
That's a big investment.
They're 19 minutes long each as well.
No, that makes it easier. Bite size.
Yeah, it is bite size. Yeah. For myself, I need to watch The Sopranos, and I need to watch the ones you've told me about, especially that Mayor of.
Mayor of
That's
Easttown.
really
you
good.
really got me with that
It's
one.
really
Yeah,
good.
it's
that.
really good. Yeah, Making a Murderer.
Yeah, I just think.
If you haven't seen that, you've got to watch
And
that.
also, where have you been if you haven't watched that? Like,
I know, but I spoke to a colleague in work about it, and he was looking at me like, "What's that?" I just
Wow.
looked at him and was like, "Wow, yeah,
Also,
you've got
it
to
must
watch that."
be. I didn't have kids, so it's got to be 6 years old plus.
Yeah,
And if you're younger, say you're like 17, 18, maybe you wouldn't have seen it. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it is 6 or 7 or
Yeah,
8
maybe,
years old.
actually.
Isn't it?
I'm gonna go probably Mayor of Easttown. I'm torn with there's 3 really good ones there.
Just say them all. Say
them all.
The Undoing, Mayor of Easttown, and the Comey Rule, as in Comey.
I want to watch
James
that one.
Comey, the Comey Rule. Watch them.
Yeah, I'm going to chuck in a bonus one just because you mentioned those ones and I thought you were going to say it. Your Honour.
Yes.
It could never end.
Yeah. Boys,
Amazing.
happy?
Yeah, good that one.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you very much.
No
Yeah.
problem.
Nice
that was
one.
a joy.
All good.
Beep, beep, beep.